Hi guys, and I welcome you all to today's price action video. This is the price action video of the 8th of April 2022, and let's start analyzing Nifty first. So Nifty opened within yesterday's range today and it opened right within CPR. This was Nifty's first candle. It was a red candle. It opened with a red candle with a wick on the top. This is a long wick on the top and it had a wick on the bottom also. What does that wick suggest? This kind of a candle actually suggests that it is a doji candle and it has a very small body, but in comparison it has wicks on the top and the bottom. Now dojis can be variable in length. Okay, so dojis can be it can be a candle like this also with a very small kind of a body and a large wick. Doji can be like this and it could be like this also. So this is also a doji wherein you find that there is a bigger body but there is a larger wick on both sides. So dojis are of various shapes and sizes, okay, but the most important property of dojis is that it has wicks on the top and bottom both. Now it had opened right within the CPR. You can see this is the CPR and it was a fairly wide CPR in Nifty. And whenever a candle opens within the CPR, I'm very excited during those days because of the simple reason that the CPR and the open of that candle being exactly at the same place means that whenever price returns back to that area again, it can cause a resistance. When the price falls from here and it returns to the same place, one of my favorite strategies is to see if there is a nice red pin bar exactly where the high of that particular candle is. Now this is a very nice pattern to short this particular candle, and then wherever price had initially reversed from, then you can target that particular level as a target or your profit booking area, and your SL can be on the high, above the high of this entry candle. So why is this a very strong pattern to take? Simply because of CPR. It is only the CPR that gives me confidence in any of my trades. So you all know that I trade only and typically based on CPR only. My patterns are all based on CPR, and it is CPR that has completely altered my trading styles. So it is only CPR that I trust. Whenever price is far away from the CPR, I do not even touch those kind of days. Very rare price action patterns that I take whenever price is far away from the CPR. But you will find me trading 90 to 95% of the times only around the CPR. Now what is the idea here? The very first candle has to be a strong candle like this. That is one criteria. And then it has to have a wick, long wick on the bottom, and then again it should form a doji here. Okay, that is a reversal sign for me. As I said, it has to be on the high of this particular candle. Now why is that important? Because in the very first candle, then you know that there are a lot of sellers in that on the top, plus you have a CPR resistance right here which the price has not yet broken, and when price reverses to that area, sellers will now apply a lot of pressure to push the price further down to defend their positions, and then the price will crash from there, and that is the rally that I like to participate in. But then as you can see here, there is no candle which has actually shown any sort of reversal sign. Okay, the reversal sign has to come at the high of this particular red candle. Can you see that? Can you see any sign there? There is no sign there. So the high actually has been broken by this particular green candle. And so when price had crashed from here, I was hoping that after price made this base and after it shot up here, I was really waiting for price to take a resistance at this level, and then there I could have taken a short entry, since CPR had already been broken in this area here, and then it was already broken upwards also, so from the bottom also. So then I would have been able to take an entry there, but unfortunately that was not to be, and price actually took a nice bounce from the bottom. Why that bounce was? That was because of Bank Nifty. Here when the support was broken, and even the PDL, the previous day low, was broken by Nifty, Bank Nifty was still taking support at a particular support that we had marked yesterday, and we will see that in a while when we take a look at Bank Nifty price action when we are analyzing Bank Nifty. And so we saw that after that the bounce was so strong that the price broke right through CPR, and this is not one of the patterns I take because of the fact that you have an R1 pivot right at this level. Okay, so price here is going to bounce from here, then it is going to get another fall from there, and then there is a chance that price might just keep trading sideways for the remainder of the trading session. On wide CPR days, it is best to look for reversals and not for breakouts. So in spite of there being a nice trend in the market today, there was no entry point for me. My entries are usually always based around the CPR. Okay, the price should come towards the CPR. You must have seen my magnet strategy. If you're not, I would encourage you to go and watch that strategy also, wherein I've said that if price goes towards the or falls towards the S1 pivot, then if you happen to see a particular reversal pattern like this, a long tail pin bar like this at the S1 pivot, that is if the price comes falling from the CPR like it came today from here, then what you can do is you can actually go long on this pin bar, and then you can take your profit back at the CPR somewhere within this area. But that pattern was also not satisfied today. The reason being that whenever price opens between the CPR and the S1 or the CPR and the R1 pivot, the CPR keeps acting as a strong magnet, because at the S1 pivot, if price falls towards it from the CPR, then S1 pivot will act as a strong support for price, and then the price will be pulled back towards the CPR, and then you can participate in that particular rally or pullback. So that's a very good strategy to take, but none of that was actually satisfied today. And then you can see here that in certain circumstances this is the pattern I'm talking about. You can see here that once price reaches the R1 pivot, it takes selling from here and it falls back towards the CPR, which has happened here. But then you can see that the distance between the R1 pivot and the CPR was very small. So was there any point going ahead and shorting this candle? Also, this candle was not a pin bar, it was again a doji. It had a very small body, so you could see that there was good amount of buying strength also in that candle, although the color of that candle is red. This is the candle I'm talking about, and that candle is a 12:20 p.m. candle. So you can see that that candle has a very small tiny body, but it's a typical pin bar, although it has a longer wick on the top, but yet it is not a very strong reversal sign. Although you can see that that has happened here, the price went there, it kind of stayed sideways for a while, and then it was pushed back towards the CPR, then CPR gave another push and price went ahead. Now once the price comes to the CPR here, your job is done, your target has already been achieved, so it doesn't matter where the price goes from there. Whether it falls from here or it goes up is none of your business. But then I could not take that trade today because there was not much space between the R1 and the CPR. So where would I have kept my SL and where would I have taken my profit? That was not a good risk to reward ratio. But yes, whenever the price is between the R1 and the S1 and it is close to the CPR, such are the days which hold my bread and butter patterns. And talking about the 9:25 a.m. candle, this was the candle I wanted to talk about. You can see that it was a strong red candle, it was a strong Maribozu candle, and maybe you all might have had this question in mind, if shorting this candle was a good idea. Then it was not a good idea, because we had seen that the price was dropping and here it was making lower lows and lower highs. You can see this consistently, and I've always said that breakouts are always successful only when there is a consolidation before the breakout. And here the day had just opened and the price had collapsed out of the CPR, and such days, in my experience, the price usually fails and it reverses back towards the CPR. And you can see that we had marked this particular area yesterday as a support. Price did spend a lot of time there, but actually this bounce came due to Bank Nifty. Now you can see here that we had marked this resistance area also. You can see this place, price had taken a sharp fall from there. So a small amount of time, maybe 15 minutes or so. A price just took 10 or 15 minutes to break that level. Once it reached that level, it was actually the third candle once it reached that level that broke out of the that level. So it was a very strong buying today, and most of it was contributed by a short covering also, because you could see the way price had fallen from here, and once price reached the high of this particular candle, then here you can see this green candle. It's a very strong candle, and after this candle you can see the tussle between buyers and sellers in this area, and then price finally again shot up. It continued its journey upwards. The point here being that a lot of short covering was happening at that area. A lot of positions were being defended in this particular area, so sellers fought a lot, but then finally sellers gave up and the buyers came back in control. Okay, we now see here that there is a virgin CPR right here, and the price has respected it, and it has taken a fall from the virgin CPR. So that was yesterday's CPR, and usually yesterday's, I mean the previous day's CPR is strong enough to defend itself or if the price comes to it the very next day. Price action does not show any particular sign here. There is no particular pin bar here, no red pin bar here to show you that there is a reversal sign. Otherwise, one good trade would have been to go short on this particular candle had it been a nice red long wick pin bar, but it was a green candle, and then you can keep your SL on top of the R2 pivot, and you can go short once a candle closes outside the virgin CPR. So then you can keep your SL there, and then you can look to short this particular candle here, and once you short this candle, then you can look to take your profit back at the previous day high. Okay, because that previous day high once broken here as a resistance would act as a support now. But again, the price did not show any such pattern today, so we did not see any particular reversal pattern there either. Okay, this virgin CPR goes, we will just simply pull this area down a little bit here, and then we will keep this area, mark this area as an important support. See, we will just go up to a higher time frame in 15 minutes and also check. Yes, that is a good way to mark the support. So we'll keep that level ready. We'll see how many points Nifty has bounced from there. Let's see, from the previous day low up to today's high, it's 220 points in Nifty. That's a very big rally from the previous day low, that is yesterday's low, not today's low, to today's high. So it's a very nice rally, and one important level that I see is this particular level here. As I always say, it's right at the CPR. You can see how close it is to the CPR. So it's okay if you don't mark that area. If you're comfortable, you can mark it if you find it better to mark that area. Why is that zone an important area? Because price has actually taken support there, and then the price has bounced from there. So there has not been a break of that zone once it is a support. So what has happened here is it is a resistance here, then it was broken as a resistance here, and then this entire area has acted as a strong support going ahead. So then here you can see that the price has not broken that area from the top side, and we can see that the previous day high has acted as a strong resistance. Price has actually dipped from there, so we will keep that area also ready on the charts. Okay, now one more thing I wanted to talk about was the daily time frame of Nifty. You can see this is the daily time frame, and in yesterday's video, if you had seen it, I had said that price should not break this candle's low today. If price does not break this candle's low, then we are looking at an upward momentum, and that is exactly what has happened today. The price has not broken this particular blue line that I have marked, which is the low of this day, that is yesterday, that is the 7th of April, and in fact it has taken support exactly at that area, and it has made this doji kind of a candle. But now it all is important to see how this green candle is followed up also. This is the low of the 30th March candle, and this is the high of this particular candle, and you can see that there is a gap there. Okay, so whenever price comes to that particular zone here, there is a chance that it might take support there, and then after that support it might give another bounce too. Okay, now let's go ahead and analyze Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty was highly volatile today. You can see the first candle in Bank Nifty, how big a doji it is. You can see the long wick on the top here, huge wick, and then a huge wick on the bottom, and it was caught right within the CPR. And again the same story here, the second candle itself broke out of the CPR. Then it was here that price took a massive bounce. It was this level that we had marked yesterday. I had published these levels to the Twitter account also, so if you have not followed me on Twitter, please follow me there, because I keep posting these levels daily. And so if you're a price action trader, levels are the most important places for you, because it is locations on which a price action trader thrives. Anyway, so price actually fell to that level from here, and then you can see this big green candle here, which was the 9:55 AM candle, and then that big green candle also had huge wick on the top, and then with massive wicks these candles kept going up, so price was having a lot of pressure there in that region. And then a massive red candle again came in, and it blasted through the CPR again from the top side. But then price again took support at the exact same level of 37,447 almost, and then it bounced from there, and then it never returned to that level, because after that the CPR provided nice support to price in this area, and you can see how price bounced from there. See, again the same story, price never reached the S1 pivot, which was in this area here, and had price reached the S1 pivot and had it made a bullish pattern there, like I explained in Nifty a while ago, then that was a good place to go long and collect the profit at the central pivot range, the CPR. But that did not happen, and that is the reason why Nifty also bounced, the reason being the 37,447 level in Bank Nifty. So that is why marking levels is very important, and you should always keep an eye out on important levels in intraday trading. Now let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Why had I marked this particular area here? Because we had seen that price had taken a very strong bounce from there. You can see these 4 green candles, very strong green candles that we had seen yesterday, and so that area was going to be a support area whenever price came to it again. And within yesterday's price action, price had not yet reached that area again. It was today that price touched that area, and so you can see the bounce from that area again. We will keep this entire level ready, so this level will persist. It is an important level. We'll just mark it, change it a little bit, we'll bring it down to 37,445. That level will continue to be important in the upcoming sessions. And one important area that we see here is, we will just pull this down, and this zone now becomes an important zone, the level being 37,886.25, and this entire zone will now act as a strong resistance in the upcoming sessions. If the price on Monday opens between these this area somewhere here, keep an eye out on both this and this level. The gap will act as an important support. If the price comes from the top, price might go and fill the gap. Now that it's trading so close to that gap, we will see what happens on Monday. We have a virgin CPR coming from the 30th of March, and we have a virgin CPR on top coming from the 6th of April. So we'll just extend those virgin CPRs. I think that is it for the price action analysis of Bank Nifty and the important levels to be marked for the upcoming sessions. So I hope you've liked this video, guys. If you have, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, and also hit the bell icon so you're notified each time I post a new video. Thank you for your time, guys. I'll see you in the next one.